name is Mehdi Slimani, and I am the founder of SAWA shoes. Born and raised in France, from North African parents from Algeria. In fact, we come from, my parents come from the mountain of Algeria, we are Berber, what we call Berber. Yeah. And today I live between Paris and Addis Ababa in Ethiopia. In fact, I have studied business in a business school, and I have worked as a financial controller for more than 10 years, and then I decided to switch to fashion because it was not exactly fashion, but sneakers. Shoes was something I have always been attracted to. So I was looking for a project, a nice project around two passions, which are footwear and Africa. How can I say? For me, African fashion. I mean, I'm not an expert. I'm not going to say I'm an expert. It's just my personal point of view. African fashion was each time too ethnic. Each time you speak about African fashion, people came with wax textile, and all these kind of things. And I mean, for me, an African fashion brand, can be totally different than some textile inspiration, wax, and so on and so on. It can be unexpected, and you can be an African fashion brand and do some product in like your direction or something like this. What is important for me, a fashion brand, an African fashion brand, is a brand which operates in Africa. Not who has African influence and so on. For me, what is important, for me, a fashion brand, an African fashion brand, is just a brand who is operating in Africa. Unfortunately or fortunately, I don't have any roots, in business, in the fashion business. I start this fashion business from one day to the other. I had some roots on business as a rule because I have a financial background, but I was not an expert of fashion and fashion business. I would describe my brand as a fashion brand with an activist attitude. It's not about fashion. It's about fashion for sure. We are first a fashion brand, but with an activist point of view. It's not about just doing fashion. We are doing fashion, but we are doing it with some activism. 3 words to describe my job, right? Let's say Africa, fashion, activism. We were lucky enough to have a lot of celebrities helping us to spread the word. They can be French celebrities. Like the last thing we did was with Oxmo Puccino, who is a French rapper. But we did very nice things with Public Enemy, the legendary hip hop band, and we are working with The Roots. And next month I will be in Ethiopia with Mos Def, Yasin Bey, formerly known as Mos Def. So a lot of people help us to spread the Made in African word, and there are people that we like. SAWA is the first project I founded by my own. I used to work for other companies, but SAWA is my baby. The process, what I insist on is that when you make shoes in Africa, people tend thinking that it is made in a small warehouse by hand and so on. No, the process with SAWA is based on an industrial process in a big factory with industrial process. We are making industry. SAWA is about industry. I'm not speaking about a bench of 5 friends in a little warehouse with a little African. Because when you speak about Africa, it's very strange. Africans are always little Africans, So no, we are speaking about industry. No, and today in Ethiopia, you can find state-of-the-art factories, shoe factories. My main part of the role is, to convince people, to bring people with me. When 4 years ago, I start thinking about this project, making premium shoes in Africa. It was about convincing people, to follow me, convincing partners, convincing buyers, convincing consumer, and that's what I like to do. I like to be a kind of ambassador. Okay? Today I say, I'm making shoes, very good shoes. Follow us. Come and put your feet in Africa. Come and put your feet in our shoes. That's what I like to do. To promote the promotion of the project. I started SAWA in Cameroon, in fact, so in the city of Douala, and we spent two years in Cameroon, where it was a disaster because of high level of corruption. I didn't find the key of operating in a normal way in Cameroon. That's why we moved to Ethiopia. We reset the brand, and we restart from zero. And in Ethiopia, it was the paradise on earth. We face a lot of challenges. First, at the very beginning of the project, when we set up the project, you have to find money. So there is not a lot of way to find money. So first you go to the bank, and it was the first challenges, because when you say to the bank, okay, I'm going to make shoes. Okay, why not? But when you say I'm going to make shoes in Africa, and they say, okay, where? In South Africa or North Africa? No, I'm going to make shoes. At that time it was in Cameroon. They say, oh, very difficult. So to find money was the first challenges. So that's why I could rely on good friends who believe in the project. That was the first challenges. Then the second one was to produce the shoes. Once you have the money, you have to produce the shoes, good quality shoes. So this was the second challenge. And then the third one was, once you have the shoes, you have to convince people to buy your shoes, and to say, okay, my shoes are nice, and they can compete with Nike, with Paul Smith. It's a lot of challenges, and to behave as a normal brand. I want to make, maybe in 5 years, people would have forgotten that my shoes are made in Africa. They would just say, okay, it's nice shoes, I buy it. Like the way they buy Nike. When you buy Nike, you don't care. It's made in China or Vietnam or wherever. You just say it's nice shoes, comfortable. I like it, I buy it. The next phase of SAWA shoes will be to focus on the women business. We hope to do it in spring/summer 15. We want to put the focus on women's style. Today our shoes are unisex, but we have to dedicate one model to women, 100% women, and to enter the women market massively. So we will start in spring/summer 15. We are working on it. We'll not go in high-end, high heel, something very lifestyle. I like what he's doing. For instance, I like the French brand Repetto. This direction, very cool shoes, easygoing, simple design, something like this. For sure, it will be something easy. I don't want to do something which is at the opposite of what we did so far. We have done so far. No, I want to take the inspiration of what we have done so far and to put it in a women's style. African fashion, is better and better. This last season, we have seen a lot of African brands, very modern, who are born in Africa and are very successful outside Africa. Because I think to be a fashion brand, you have to be successful in Paris, Tokyo, London, and so on. And a lot of brands are coming. You know? I'm thinking about Lemlem, the Ethiopian brand, making hand-woven scarves, very modern, and a lot of them are coming, and still, the more the merrier, I think. We decided to go south because we wanted something in Africa, to produce something in Africa. I mean, to have our fashion brand, but with this activist attitude, which consists in saying, okay, let's do something in Africa, let's do something sustainable in Africa. So in other words, we decided to go there, to produce there, so that we created a lot of added value which can benefit to the continent.